Shy introverted guys, how did you meet your girlfriend? 1. My buddy once walked up to a random girl and said, "See that guy over there? He wants your body." I didn't even see her or know he did that. A week later, she called me. We've now been together for 5 years. This is the same guy who, just 3 months earlier, convinced our whole freshman class that I was gay. My girlfriend actually had to check with my other friends before making a move to see if it was true. He thought the whole thing was hilarious. 2. I was trying to find someone to split rent with, but instead I found someone to share my life with. This was about 1.5 years ago. My old roommate moved out, and my landlord told me to find someone since I'd be the one living with them. So I posted about the room on a few apps. She responded, and we set up a time for her to see the place. After that, we just kept talking and clicked really well. We even started going out for dinner, or just walks. One night, I walked her back to her place and she kissed me. I had wanted to kiss her too, but I was scared of messing up the friendship. 3. She was a friend of a friend. One time, she saw me eating an apple and said, "Apples help you poop." After that, we started saying that to each other whenever either of us had an apple. We've been eating apples together for over 1 year now. 4. I met my ex-girlfriend during some free dance lessons that our university offered. That first lesson was kinda awkward since you had to pick a partner to dance with. My partner didn't show up for the second class, but another girl was also missing her partner, so we ended up dancing together. Eventually, she became my girlfriend. I guess being close and dancing together all the time made a difference. P.S. Please don't go to dance classes just to find a partner. Go because you actually enjoy dancing. Reply, "Nah, I'm totally going there to find a girlfriend, and there's nothing you can do about it." 5. We met while volunteering. Yeah, it's kinda cheesy, I know. We were both 25 at the time. I'm super introverted, and she has ADHD, the inattentive kind, so sometimes it's hard to read what she's thinking. But we've been together for 18 years and married for 16 of those. 6. I had moved to a new city after years of being single since college. Not long after settling in, I joined a gym and met this really cute girl. I'm so grateful she made the first move, because I probably never would have had the nerve to talk to her. We've been together for almost 1 year now, and it's honestly amazing. We're both introverts, but unlike me, she doesn't have bad anxiety, so she gets me in a way no one else does. There wasn't one thing I did. It was just pure luck. Her starting the conversation made it so much easier for me to open up. Now we're super close and really in love. Hopefully, you'll get lucky and find someone like that too. 7. Back in college, I was your typical introvert who mostly stayed in my first-floor dorm room. This girl used to come by with her friends to hang out with the other guys in the building. At first, she'd just say hi when passing by. Then she started stopping in for a few minutes. Eventually, she was hanging out regularly. People asked if we were dating. We both said no until we realized, oh wait, maybe we actually are. Fast forward 17 years, and we're married with a kid. So yeah, I literally didn't even have to leave my room to meet my wife. 8. About 2 years ago, I moved into a new house and noticed this really pretty girl living next door. Me being an introvert, I was too nervous to talk to her. A few months later, my best friend told me he used to know her from a while back. So he messaged her and told her I, the neighbor, had a crush on her. She texted me right away, and our first convo was super awkward. I was just a nervous mess and thought I totally blew it. She said she wasn't into dating, but we could be friends, and that was that. But later that same day, she texted to check if I was okay after the awkward talk. That turned everything around. We started chatting more and found out we had a lot in common. We became friends, then best friends, and eventually fell for each other without even realizing it. Best thing that's ever happened to me. 9. I had a crush on her for a while, but one of my friends at the time, who knew I liked her, started dating her in freshman year. I tried to move on and just ended up becoming friends with her while they were dating. Then he cheated on her, and I was the one who was there for her through it. Later, I asked her out. It's been 7.5 years now, and we're still together. 10. I used to collect hockey cards and had a pretty solid old school collection. One day, this new girl at work asked about my hobbies, so I told her about them. I jokingly said she should come over and check them out since she liked hockey. She actually came over and started laughing because she thought come see my hockey cards was just some weird, cheesy excuse to get her to my place. I had no clue she was into me, but now we've been dating for 2 years. If you're still watching, means you're enjoying the stories. Subscribe so you can look forward to more stories like these. Now on to 11. Back in college, we were on the same team. She sat down real close to me on a bench, so I scooted away a little. Then she scooted closer again. We kept doing that until we ran out of bench. I got up, kinda confused, and my friend Brandy looked at me and said, "You dumb bars. If you don't ask her out, I will." We've been married for over 30 years now. 12. I'll tell the story for him. We were in high school when I got diagnosed with epilepsy. One day I had a seizure in the hallway, and he helped me out. When I came to, I found a note in my bag that said, "You owe me one." How about homecoming? Been with that smooth jerk for 11 years. 13. I'm a pretty quiet person, and I don't have a girlfriend, but one time a girl looked in my direction. Reply, "You lucky bastard." 14. We met at a birthday party for a mutual friend. There were like 10 people there. A whole year later, at the same friend's next birthday party, I'd finally thought of something to say. So I started talking to her. After 4 months of just emailing back and forth, we officially became a couple. Been together 8 years now. Yeah, we're not the fast-moving type. 15. Both of us were shy introverts. Our outgoing friends noticed we were into each other. Our outgoing friends then started matchmaking like crazy. Now, their 2 shy little cinnamon rolls are a couple and still going strong. 16. We got set up on a blind date on a stormy February night at a Denny's. I showed up in some old black pants and a Slipknot hoodie. She had on a Hello Kitty sweater. It was pouring rain when we left, and I ran to my car without even opening the door for her. Real smooth. We didn't even exchange numbers. My buddy had to call her afterward and ask if I could get her number. 3 dates later, we were a couple. 10 years dating, 6 years married this year. 17. I kind of met my girlfriend through a help-wanted ad. I posted an ad in the newspaper, yeah, I'm that old, saying I needed someone to paint my dog's nails. I made up some story about how the dog couldn't leave the house. She showed up, and I knew I was in trouble. I fell for her fast. I kept faking reasons for her to come back, like saying the nail polish wore off from erosion. She kept coming. I'd just sit and watch her. We still haven't had a first date because she's been super busy, but we're definitely in love. 18. We met through a dating app. I messaged him first because I was really sick at the time, couldn't go out, and just wanted someone to talk to. We became friends, and over time it turned into something more. We've been together for 3 years now. Both of us are introverted. 19. We actually met on Reddit. I dared him to send me a message, and while I was freaking out the whole time, he actually did it. I don't know what came over me, but I asked if he could send me a voice note. He's Argentinian, and that accent is seriously my weakness. I gave him my number, and I'm so glad I did, even though I was panicking the entire time. 20. I was her dog sitter. I'm super shy and deal with social anxiety. She's the total opposite, very outgoing and full of energy. We've been together for 10 years now, married for 8. If you've made it this far, write your pet's name in the comments if you have any, so I know you're still watching. Now on to 21. My ex-wife. Met her while walking my dog back in the day. My current girlfriend. Met her on Tinder, of all places. And every girlfriend I had before my ex-wife, I met through mutual friends or people they knew from parties they hosted. Just to be clear though, I don't have a hard time talking to people or anything. I'm not lacking in social skills. It's just super draining for me. And after a lot of socializing, I need a bunch of alone time to recharge. A lot of people seem to mix up being introverted with being shy or insecure, but it's not the same. 22. I used to work with this girl who was super outgoing, like total extrovert. Honestly, it was kind of relaxing hanging out with her because she was so social, it took all the pressure off me. I started spending more time around her, and she pretty much did all the talking. She ended up introducing me to the guy who's now my husband, someone I never would have had the guts to approach on my own. He's introverted too, so she kind of brought us both out of our shells. 23. We met at work. She was new and training to replace someone at the store. I always thought she was really cute, but I was too shy to talk to her. Since I never said anything and I've got that resting bitch face, she figured I was mean. One day though, she saw me chatting with her trainer and realized I wasn't actually a jerk, and she thought I was cute too. Her trainer, who was also her friend, texted me later and said the new girl thought the bald guy with glasses was cute. I didn't believe her. I asked if she was sure the girl wasn't talking about the other bald guy with glasses who legit looked like a model. But nope, it was me. We talked a little later that same day and swapped numbers. After her shift, she messaged me and asked if I wanted to grab drinks when mine ended. That was 3 years ago. We've been engaged a couple months now. 24. Kind of a funny one. I got a job, dealing poker, at a local Native American casino. I worked day shift, she worked nights, so we'd pass each other as one of us came in and the other left. I always thought she was way out of my league, so I never even made eye contact. A buddy of mine also got hired and worked nights with her, so they became friends. Through him, I started talking to her a bit, but I still never thought she'd be into me. One night I'm at home drinking with my buddy, rocking out on Guitar Hero. She texts him asking what he's up to, and he tells her we're drinking and gaming at my place. Half joking and kind of buzzed, I told him to ask her if she wanted to be my groupie, since I was shredding on Guitar Hero. She actually said yes, and joked about wanting a poster of me in her room. Turned out she had a thing for nerds. That totally broke the ice. Now, almost 15 years later, we've got a 9 and 7-year-old, and life's never been better. No fights, no yelling, just solid. 25. I was totally blacked out drunk at a bar in downtown Las Vegas with 2 coworkers. One of them, the smooth talker, starts chatting up 2 women who came in. He goes for the super hot one, but she's married. Somehow, I ended up drunkenly talking to her friend, and by some miracle, she liked me enough to put her number in my phone. I woke up the next morning in my car in a casino parking lot at 8 a.m. Felt like total crap, but I had her number. 26. My introvert boyfriend? We met on Tinder. His profile pic showed him hanging upside down from a tree, and his bio said, "Proof that nerds grow on trees." We both said up front that we were looking for something serious. We met for coffee the same day we matched, hit it off right away, and that was that. 27. I literally said to her, if I weren't so bad at social stuff, I'd be trying to talk to you right now. We've been married for almost 9 years. 28. Met during student protests. Riot cops were charging and throwing tear gas, so we ducked into a cafe together and pretended to be on a date while we waited it out. That fake date kind of turned into a real one. We kept hanging out after that, going to museums, having picnics, riding bikes, just doing fun stuff together. After a few months, we both realized we were basically in a relationship. 9 years later, we're engaged. So yeah, riot cops kind of tear-gassed us into being together. 29. He was standing off in the corner, sipping water. I noticed him watching me, and I was watching him too for like an hour. I finally went up and talked to him, figuring he was too shy to come over himself. We chatted for 2 hours before leaving. Later at school, we swapped AOL screen names. After weeks of random chats, he finally asked me if I wanted to go see a movie. Harry Potter, of course. He barely spoke during the date, just kept fidgeting, so I held his hand. After the movie, we were in his car, and he was fidgeting again, so I kissed his cheek. He turned bright red but was grinning like crazy. He struggled with talking face to face, but we could chat for hours online. He'd show love with cuddles or emails instead of words. We met over 14 years ago. Now we own a house and are getting married in October. Honeymoon's going to be at Disney and Universal for Halloween. It's amazing. He talks more now, but I still do most of the social stuff. We even have this hand squeeze thing. 2 squeezes means love you. I adore him. 30. I was living in a duplex with some roommates. One day I decided to walk my roommate's dog, something I never, ever did. This girl stopped me on the street and said, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" I didn't recognize her, but it kicked off some small talk. She ended up walking with me and the dog around the block, and we pretty much clicked right away. What I didn't realize at the time was she'd basically been stalking me for weeks. She was walking her own dog past my house, riding her bike next to my car, even doing yard work outside right when I'd get home from work, all get noticed. And she finally got me when I randomly decided to walk that dog. Total fate. 6 months later, I moved out of the duplex and just 5 houses down the street. Been married 16 years now. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe so I can keep bringing you more of these stories. Thanks for sticking around till the end. See you next time, and take care.